really beneficial exercise, that I think gets neglected a lot is the front squat. And the front squat is a great movement. It primarily hits more of the front side of your body, whereas the back squat hits a lot more of the back side of your body. Both movements work front and back. The prime movers are obviously your legs, but you're also doing a ton of core work. You're doing a ton, your back and your chest are both supporting muscles. Your arms are even doing a lot to support. So it really is a total body movement, whether you do front or back squats. But here are a couple of tips, a couple of things that have allowed me to start doing front squats, because I had such a hard time doing them, and I tried all the tricks that people recommend, and it didn't really seem to work for me. Not the way that I implemented them anyways. The first thing that I personally had to do, there's three things. One is that I had to fix this issue with my elbows coming up. A lot of people say that. They all say, you need to keep your elbows up, but that can be a really difficult thing in certain cases. So, when you pick up the bar, you want your elbows to be up, and as you're doing the movement, though, they can kind of start to come down, so the weight starts rolling forward, which is what I was experiencing. Okay, so the first thing that I did that really helped me out a lot is I brought my grip in. So, if your grip's like this, and suddenly you bring it in, these elbows are going to stay up a lot better. Or at least they did for me anyways. So, now I do the front squat, bring my thumbs are right outside my shoulder line. My shoulders are actually touching my thumbs when I go to pick up the weight. And that does a couple things. One, it does keep your elbows up, like I said. But two, it brings up your deltoids more. So, you're out here, this muscle is kind of, off to the side. It's not providing as much cushion. Whereas if you're really far in, this muscle bunches up and sticks up a lot better, so the weight's going to stay up off of your collarbone. Now, there's another thing. Weight was sitting on my collarbone, it hurt a lot. Alright, now, so that will fix a ton of problems, or it did for me anyways. The other one is your head position. When I do squats, and I'll go ahead and do one for you here, but especially with front squats, the problem that I have is that I always want to look up. That's just my natural tendency. So I'll go down, and I want to look up like that. The best thing that I think I did was that I kind of started looking down at more of a 45-degree angle. I'm not down like I just was, but kind of, at a downward, like I'm looking at the camera right now. So if you're watching this, you're kind of going to have your head in that straight forward position. I don't know what all the experts say about front squats, but I know when I was in my exercise science program, the general recommendation is that your spine, your neck, everything is always at its strongest, most protected position when it's all in neutral alignment. So if your neck is arched up and your head is tilted back, then your neck's going to be weaker at that point, and a weaker neck is going to be more prone to injury. So, not that this movement is neck intensive, but I think in general, and speaking of biomechanics, it's safe to say that there are at least some benefits to keeping your spine and your neck in neutral alignment. So, I don't usually, I think that it's safe to say if you look kind of forward, that without arching your neck up, you might do better. Now, the last thing that I did that helped me out a lot with pretty much all my lifts is that I grew these sweet hillbilly sideburns. And, I don't know if it'll work for all of you. I know that it works for Russians that grow beards, lifts go way up. Germans that grow beards, lifts go way up. And if you're from the South, like I am, then growing a beard might help you. Don't know, might work for Northerners too. Can't say. But anyways, good luck with your front squatting. Hopefully those will help you out some if you've had trouble with it before. So good luck and take it easy.
I'm trying to press that red thing.